It is hump day, everybody, and the sun has risen once again.
Yes.
With everything going on globally and all eyes focused on last night's political climax of the Harris and Trump battle for America's soul. As predicted, mainstream media once again glossed over the results of what was arguably the last and most consequential legalization effort remaining for cannabis on a state level. Good thing for all of you, we are not mainstream media. We are High at 9 News, America's #1 daily cannabis news show. That said, 4 more states had legalization on their ballots in yesterday's election: North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Florida. Although the first three's effect in the grand scheme of things would be negligible at best, the last one, Florida, if passed, had been projected in the days leading up to Tuesday's results bring in a close to $3 billion in revenue its first year of operating alone. Big egos and big money were on the line yesterday. How did they all do? Starting in North Dakota, initiated Measure 5, which aimed to legalize adult use marijuana, was rejected by voters with a narrow 52.5% no majority. South Dakota initiated Measure 29, which proposed legalizing adult use marijuana, was also rejected with 56.5 voting no. Nebraska voters did approve 2 measures, Initiative Measures 437 and 438, which legalize medical marijuana. Adult use remains illegal in the state. And finally, the big one, Florida. Floridians rejected a highly publicized Amendment 3, which would have legalized adult use in the Sunshine State. The measure was supported by former president and current president-elect Donald Trump and majoritatively bankrolled by Florida-based medical behemoth Trulieve. We're going to have more on that from Jason Beck in a few minutes, so I won't go too deep. Unfortunately, Ron DeSantis in Florida's prohibitionist Republican Party got the win there. Amendment 3 received 55.9% voter support, but fell short of the 60% threshold needed to pass. So all in all, the results showed Nebraska made progress. We'll see how that ends up in court on the medical front. But recreational use failed in all 4 states. Can I get a sad trombone on that one? Pot stocks are way down across the board this morning in response to all of the news. And with Trump headed back into the White House and Jason Beck's proposed position of America's first official cannabis czar in the new administration not even being mentioned once throughout his campaign, who knows what tomorrow might bring. Has adult use cannabis in America finally peaked? I cannot wait to hear everybody's thoughts today. Gonna be a juicy one. I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High at 9 News. A big smile on my face this morning. What do you got for me?
Of course you have a big smile on your face. You know what I'm saying today, man. We won last night. Big wins. And we actually have a super chat from Cole who says, Florida, no home grow. That's a no from me, bro. So thank you so much for that super chat, Cole. We do super appreciate that. And I'll be going more into the Florida thing, but like I said, I'm glad to get these all these initiatives done in all of these states and really help bring more access to people. You said so there was only one of them that was turned down by voters. Am I correct on that, Rico?
Oh, Nebraska, they approved 37 and 437, 438, which legalized medical marijuana, but they did shoot down. They did shoot down adult use everywhere, and that was the only positive or progressive movement that actually won yesterday across the board. Everybody else, it was all L's.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, these people, these activists need to quit being whacktivists, and you know what I'm saying, do a lot more outreach to the mainstream community that is not necessarily their actual base. And I think they need to develop more on their talking points in order to secure a broader consensus.
I'm looking forward to 4 more years of that, Jason. You just
yes, me too.
Just taking these subtle jabs. I love it. I'm here.
Oh man.
I mean, it was interesting to me because South Dakota had passed previously, right? And it failed pretty strongly. Like it was a really,
it passed 3 times. It passed 3 times. It just keeps on getting
and but they failed really badly last night. Like it was close.
So do we think that, are we blaming that on Dominion?
No, we blame it on Chrissy. No.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Fair enough.
And the red wall, right? Like, I think I had an article last week about how the red wall might keep cannabis legalization from going national, and the red wall held.
No, 100%. But like, there was a red wall in South Dakota where they passed it 3 previous times. I just think they're probably sick of voting yes for it because she's not going to do it anyway, no matter how many times they pass it.
That's true. That's a very, very good point, Jenny Beth. You know, the voters in there could be like, you know what, we already voted for this. Like, what's the point? And you know, oh man, that is a very good point. Could it have a voter fatigue over on that issue?
Could be.
We in California think the whole world thinks like us, and they don't. And I think it was a wake-up call last night that the middle of this country does not see things the way the coast do, and that if you don't reach out and connect with people in these red states, that you know, the chances of getting things through Congress now on the cannabis front, I think, are slim to none.
I don't know. We had some wins last night. We had like Jim Banks, senator in Indiana, who Republican senator, and he was a yes on safe banking already. He had a huge win last night. So I'm much more optimistic that we can get some things done with this administration and with this Congress and Senate.
Well, I'm more of a pragmatist and a realist.
I am too.
See shit getting done. No, I don't. Because the Republicans I know have been the ones dragging their feet here in California, and they've been the ones dragging their feet in Congress, and now they have both. They're probably going to have both houses, and I just don't see this being a priority. Now, I'm happy to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong about this, but I see this dragging out.
It's all right. We're gonna keep this.
I agree with Dale. I don't think it's a priority either, Jason. I really don't.
I didn't say it was a priority.
That you're now saying huge instead of huge.
Huge. Yes. Just like in the title of the video, huge. Yes. Any other final thoughts on this, Omar?
No, I'm just disappointed by the outcome of the election. I thought that the people were ready for positive change. It looks like we're going to have to suffer 4 more years.
Well, I mean, a lot of us have been suffering these last 4 years.
The election,
I don't know, man. It's been 8 for me. I'm just used to it.
Oh man,
some of us have been suffering a lifetime.
Man, I was suffering all through Obama's years. He was promising to make cannabis legal, and I ended up getting raided twice by the DEA under his administration.
I just need for Biden to go ahead and pardon my student loans on his way out the door, like he said he was going to.
Oh, he's not
I'm pissed. I paid off my wife's student loans, and then we got the damn letter just this past weekend saying, "Oh yeah, you've been fucking approved. I want my money back." You know.
Yeah, you got to apply for a refund, Rico.